Alright, hey up guys and gals. So, yeah, um, just looking through my playlists, um, just gone through my Patreon thing, set up a PayPal thing and blah de blah de blah and jibber jabber jibber jabber jibber jabber jibber jabber. Um, just, gonna mention that. Um, but anyway, I was sifting through my playlists and I thought maybe I should add some, like an actual recorded video to a particular playlist, which is overrated does not mean the GOAT, greatest all time. That annoying acronym phrase, because it's overused to such a stupid degree. Like, one week someone says, um, Bruce Willis is the greatest of all time, and then the other week they say Kurt Russell is the greatest of all time. And speaking of those 2 in films, well, by directors, I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the not exactly inconsistency. I don't know if there's an inconsistency or what, maybe, but like people like M. Like Shyamalan. I do like his films, and I like, well, two of Craig S. Zahler's films that I've seen, that I've bothered to see. Um, well, let's start with M. Like Shyamalan. Really, really love The Sixth Sense. Really love Unbreakable. I like the whole. It's like it's fantasy, sci-fi, superhuman stuff, but it's like grounded in, like, you know what if you were special and you had no idea, you weren't just lucky, like what happens with David Dunn in Unbreakable, where it's just, he doesn't have a scratch on him after a train crash, and then between that there's Split, which is very good as a standalone film, which then they vaguely connect after the after credits, and then that connects to Glass with Mr. Glass all, getting James McAvoy and Bruce Willis to get them in the same place. I'm trying not to spoil things, I guess. But then, yeah, Glass kind of did too much with the whole hidden world of not quite X-Men kind of peoples that have apparently been around for since since at least the hunter gatherer days, where they pop up every now and again over tens of thousands of years. Um, and then there's that whole society thing, where they're keeping them like an Illuminati type thing, but with for lack of a better word, meta humans, superhumans, all those comic term things. Um, even Glass is implied to be some kind of a, he's like a talented, like on their radar because of his genius intellect. It's up there rather than so obvious like Kevin and David. Um, but yeah. I mean, this isn't really controversial. The next one, the other point will be controversial though. Um, yeah, but as this for now, I'm rambling because I've been having a bad day with my panic attacks. When I've got something worrying in the background that I need to do, it bothers me. It bothers my amygdala, and prepares me for a fight that I don't really need to prepare for. But yeah, Glass, but yeah, like I mean, it's like what? And spoilers. Sorry, I just had to mention this, but it's like What, the little boy that David bumps into in Unbreakable just happens? It just has to be him. Really? He seems a bit. I know there's a vague age thing going on, but Kevin seems a bit old to be that kid. Not old, but you know. Um, I'm not sure how old he's supposed to be. James McAvoy's always looked young of vague age, which is why it kind of works in when you have him and Michael Fassbender side by side in X-Men as young versions of them. But with Fassbender, you can see them both aging into Ian Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, but then you had Dark Phoenix, where it's like they should be both looking like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen now. It's only supposed to be what 7-8 years before the first X-Men film. I know. There's the whole timeline continuity rubbish. Mind you, Sophie Turner should be looking like Famke Janssen, and I could go on, but I won't about that. But yeah, it's like Kevin and David just had to be linked by some kind of conspiracy fate thing or whatever. Yeah, and then about Zahler, I've only ever seen 2 films by him. Dragged Across Concrete, which is it's very dingy and dark, but it gets. I mean, it's sort of a slow burn in the first 5 to 10, 15 minutes, but then once it gets into the action and stuff and the atmosphere and all the rest of it, I like it. I do, apart from some certain effects, which I won't go into, and I sort of agree, and I do agree. I won't bring those up there, but you know, Vince Vaughn, who was great in True Detective season 2. See, season 1 of True Detective, I wasn't too bothered for, but I liked season 2 and probably season 3 the most. I haven't watched season 4 yet. With Jodie Foster, maybe that's good. Maybe a bit like a sort of a isolated older Clarice Starling thing, slightly thing going on there with the feel. But yeah, Craig Zahler, Bone Tomahawk. I find it kind of irritating how the majority opinion is that it's like, oh, the most gory thing I've ever seen, the best Western I've ever seen, best horror thing. It's like I won't ass piss on it for petty's sake, but I mean, I like there's some scenes and stuff, and I like the idea, the execution and stuff, and now spoilers with when they try to get the information from the half, say, John Fitzgerald voice from the Revenant Engine, navigator or whatever. I think it was Zan McClanan from Doctor Sleep. Crow Daddy, who was very good in it. In fact, most of them were, apart from that little change of Barry the Chunk, who was Barry the Chink in the original Doctor Sleep novel, as many die-hard Stephen King readers will know. I've only ever really read it, well, off and on, because it's long. But yeah, there's a whole bit of him saying, "Oh, like they're not a tribe. Well, they are a tribe, but they're not a tribe, and they're not they're not from a neighborhood and village or even pioneer town or whatever that anybody knows. They're freaks that have cannibal freaks that have lived for many, many, many generations, picking off people. But they should have taken him along. But apart from that, then there's the whole Sid Haig getting shot thing, and then there's the whole there's the home life thing that goes on for like, what, 45 minutes an hour. Felt long as shit. And then they bring along Patrick Wilson, Hopalong Cassidy, because he's so desperate to see his wife again. It's like, no, you've got a buggered leg. It's like you'd be a liability, and in a way, he kind of was, because he's the out of all the people, out of Richard Jenkins and Kurt Russell and Patrick Wilson and the bloke on the Matthew Fox, I think, on the White Horse and stuff like that. He and Lily Simmons, the wife, are the only ones that make it back somehow. Oh, they survive. I think it just ends there. But it's like, it would have been better if Kurt Russell, the sheriff, brought along Zahn, aka Crow Daddy, and maybe bring along Patrick Wilson. I don't know, if as like a extra lookout. But God knows how Matthew Fox got captured so easily. Maybe I need to rewatch it if I can be asked. But yeah, just two directors that, it's like, they just seem like every now and again they're a bit inconsistent. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because they do like different settings, and which maybe I'm boiling the kettle black, because I'm very varied when it comes to coming up with content and all the rest of it. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about this individual, which will be a series, but it's going in the playlist like I mentioned. But yeah, the Patreon thing, getting that sorted out. It's sort of sorted out. I don't know logistics of these things sometimes. But yeah, as always, it's linked up and all that. So yeah, go to my homepage. Lee the History Boy. Check in the description, and then there'll be a link to my Patreon, and yeah, that's about it. Peace.